First of all, thank you for purchasing your PetCam from us at PetPeeps.com. Okay, this is the PP309BZ PetCam. Very easy to set up. We get a lot of emails and messages that people say they've been working hours and they can't figure out how to connect it. Let me show you how easy it is to connect the plug and play PP309BZ PetCam. You'll need a phone. In this case, it's an iPhone. You can use Android. You can use an iPad or a tablet as well. The camera, that's all you'll need for the moment. And the power supply. Comes with it in the box. That is all you need at the moment to set up your camera. All right. You're going to plug in the back, the only place that you can plug in the camera. Once you plug it in, it will begin to move on its own. When it's ready to be programmed, you'll hear a beeping noise. We're going to do this all in real time so you can see just how fast it does set up. It vibrates, it makes all kinds of noises, it does all things. That's calibrating itself. All right, now we wait a few moments here and we should start to hear a beeping, which means it's ready. There it is. It'll continue. All right, it's ready to be programmed. Take your iPhone, your Android phone, your iPad, or your tablet, and go to the app. The app is called SRICAM, S-R-I-C-A-M. That's S-R-I-C-A-M. You can find it in the Apple App Store or the Google Play. Go to that app, and let me get to it real quick. There's the app. That's what it looks like. Just kind of looks like an eyeball. Select it. Once it's open, there's nothing on the screen except an option to add a new device. And that's exactly what we want to do. Select Add New Device. All right. The top line is the input device name. You could name it whatever you wish. I'm going to call it Test. T-E-S-T. Second line is the device ID. You can enter that manually, or you could press this little icon over here and you'll be able to scan the bottom of the camera. Now on the bottom of the camera, you'll see the number. In this case, this number is 913458. You can either type that in, or you can hit scan. It opens up your phone's camera. Put that QR code right in the middle of the screen, and you saw it changed over. It changed over because it entered the number automatically. The default password for the camera when you first begin are 6 number 8s. So just go to your numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 number 8s. Oops. I do that every time, and I guarantee you're going to do it, so I'm going to leave it in here just to show you that we're not all perfect, are we? Okay, we leave that in there. Put in the third line, we put the 6 number 8s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hit next. All right, now it's saying it's offline. It can't find the camera. Well, of course it can't, because the only thing plugged into the camera is power. How does it know how to connect to your Wi-Fi since it's not plugged into your router and it doesn't know your Wi-Fi? It's just as if I come and meet you. Until we shake hands and introduce each other, we don't know each other. So we're going to introduce the camera to the Wi-Fi and the Wi-Fi to our phone, just for the setup. Now make sure that you are on the same Wi-Fi on your device you're setting it up on as your home. So if your home Wi-Fi is called 1234, make sure your Wi-Fi on your phone is set using, as you can see, I'm using Wi-Fi on an iPhone, a little icon there, that you're using 1234. So it has to be able to talk the same language. All right, in my case, it's called Verizon 2.4. So we're going to hit Smart Wi-Fi Setting. All right, don't worry about what it says there. It basically is saying the same thing. Hey, stupid, you're not connected to anything, okay? We got to find the Wi-Fi. Hit Next, and there we go. It found my Verizon Pet-Peeps 2.4 Wi-Fi, which is what my phone is on, and that's what I want to set the camera to use while I'm gone, and I want to check from the outside world. You'll need to put your Wi-Fi password in. Okay. Let me enter that in. It's a secret. Can't tell you what it is. And we're entering that in now. Okay. I've entered it, and I'm hitting the word Next on the bottom. Now it's going to search. And it's searching to connect the Wi-Fi to the camera. How will you... Did you hear that? That's how you know it found the camera, and now it's configuring the camera. Continue to wait, and it will let you know what to do next. If you're using a hotspot, like a MiFi or a Sprint or a T-Mobile hotspot, it might take a little bit longer because that's a different type of device, but it will connect. There you go. It now is asking you, do you want to continue to use that same 6 number 8s as your password, or do you want to change it? Let's go ahead and change it. We'll change it to, and we have to tell it first, the old password was 6 number 8s, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. And our new password is going to be, let's just call it QWERTY and throw a number 1 in there too. Have to repeat it so it confirms. QWERTY and a number 1. Hit Done. Modify. It tells you it did it, and there we are. We are on. That's all there is to it. Now, if I didn't do all this explaining, it probably would have taken you about 2 minutes total to do all of this. The green dot means you are online and ready to see. The picture that's on there was the last image it saw. It's just a frozen image. If you have more than one camera, you do the same thing. It's now put up another Add New Device icon. You'll just press that and go through the same steps that you did. But in this case, let's check our camera to make sure we see. We're going to go back. We're going to select it just by touching the screen. Okay. Now it comes on the horizontal position. You hear that sound? That's the speaker reverberating back and forth because the microphone and the speaker that's built onto the camera is right next to the phone. And it comes on automatically like that, so get in the habit of, as soon as you see an image, press this little icon on the bottom left with the microphone and the speaker there. That'll turn it off until you're ready and you're far enough away that it's not going to feed back constantly. If you touch the screen, all those icons disappear on the bottom. Boop, they're gone. You'll see there's arrows at the top, bottom, left, and right. If you want to move the camera, you just move the camera. All right. Now the delay, there's a slight delay, but of course if you're out and about, you wouldn't notice it. That's because, well, the signal from your phone has to go a few hundred miles into space, come back down to your router has to find the camera, and then it moves it. So give it a moment, okay? Be patient. We haven't found out how to transport ourselves. Here we go. Let's go ahead and move it around, and we can move it up and down. And there we go. If you want to hear what's going on, of course, you press what we turned off originally, which is the first icon. Hello, hello, hello. It's just going to feed back and be annoying. But obviously, if I was talking, you would be able to hear it through the camera. The second icon is a photo. See the camera? So if you want to take a photo, that's it. It confirms on the screen that a snapshot was taken. Take another one, see? Screenshot succeeded. All right. When you first turn on your camera, it might look like, let me see if I can do this real quick here. It might look like this. Right? Now that's a terrible image. That is a low density, a low definition photo. Terrible. Looks awful. That's because it doesn't know where you're connected. You might be in an area that has a lousy Wi-Fi. Well, at least you'll be able to connect. But if you want to see a great shot, press this third icon and you have your choice of low definition, standard definition, or HD. Press the HD and it looks like you could walk right into that picture. It's sharp as a tack. If you want to record and you're seeing something and Fluffy is running around doing tricks while you're not home, just press the red button in the middle. It'll start to pulsate and it's now recording. That's it. When you want to stop, you hit it and it stopped. Now it's recording right to the device itself. So when you want to view that, you'll view it right on your phone. If the camera records and you set up anything to record into the SD card, you can pick any of these SD cards up at Walmart, Kmart, any places that sell any kind of electronic devices at all. It's a micro SD card. You can put up to a 128 gig card, which will give you about 20 days of constant recording or more. If you use it on motion detection and it only detects motion, it will record for months and months and months, especially if there's not a lot of motion going on. Okay, let's move on. You don't have to use that card. You can. It helps if you want to use this for security, but mainly I'm describing it for monitoring your pet. On the bottom, again, we have different icons. The next icon, the third one from the right, looks like two triangles. Let's see if we can show it there on the camera. There we go. If you hit that, all that does is just reverse your image. We're seeing this camera in there. Let's move it over there. Okay. It'll flip it over. It'll turn you upside down. There you go. Now the reason it's doing that is it comes with a little mount for the bottom of the camera. And if you want to mount it, let's say on the ceiling somewhere and it's hanging down, obviously the camera is upside down. You need to flip the image. If you select that, it flips the image so you could view it at any time at the right angle. If you do set up the alarm system, it has a built-in alarm. You can secure it with just one button. The second icon to the right, if you hit that button, your camera just did that. It's now secured. And if anybody moves, it begins to record. And there's an alarm that will go off, and it's quite annoying. You can have it go off or not go off. Plus, it will send you pictures instantly of what it sees so you know, hey, you better tune in to see what's going on. All right? And it's also recording if you have that SD card in. So you've got a recording. Plus, let's say somebody is actually breaking in and they steal your camera. It's already sent you pictures, and it continues to send pictures as long as there's motion. So if somebody comes right up to the camera, you get to see their face. Or if they're even entering your home, you get to see their face on your camera, on your phone, because it's emailed you photos. Okay? Let's turn off the alarm. It gives you a clarification that it is off. If you want to set all of those settings, all kinds of settings that you can do, I'm not going to go through that on this particular instruction, but if you press the last icon on the right, this brings up a whole bunch of settings that you can set, from setting the time correctly, what type of media, you can change your password and username, you can confirm that your camera is set for Wi-Fi, and everything is set for, remember we set it for Verizon Pet-Peeps 2.4? There it is, confirming with a green check that your camera is connected. And you can set the alarm settings here, all types of things that you can do in here. Very easy to do. If you're confused, make sure you give us a call at 214-403-8194, or you contact us at techsupport@pet-peeps.com, and we'll be able to walk you through setting all of that, those settings up. Otherwise, you do have a bunch of settings that you can change, or you could do nothing and just leave it as is and select it whenever you want from wherever you are. Now remember, it's going to come on with that speaker on, so we had to shut that speaker off again. And there we are. There's your image. You can move it just by sliding your finger across the screen, or you could actually use those arrows on the top left, right, and bottom just by pushing that. There's the little arrows, and that's it. Ooh, there's a good looking guy there. That's me. Yay! All right, that's it. Now, all of that should only take you about 2 minutes, even though we've been talking almost 15 minutes here, but I wanted to go into detail exactly how easy it is to set up your PetCam. Now, one of the advantages is when you originally set up the app, you put in a username and password for your email. That's when you first open the app. It asks you to set up an email and a password in there. Now, if you have another family member that also wants to use this app so they can see Fluffy running around the house, all they will have to do is download the app, put in that same email and password, and the camera will be set up already. All you'll have to do is open up the app, and that will be there. They won't have to do any setting up at all because it knows who you are, you've been registered, and it's going to give them the same access that you have. And they won't have to set up anything. So if somebody is across the country, you could just tell them to download the app, put in that information that you give them, which is your email and that password that you first used to set this entire app up when you first downloaded it, and this will pop up. They won't even have to do anything. All right? Enjoy your PetCam. Once again, this is for the PP309BZ PetCam. We'll talk to you soon when you buy another PetCam, right? Talk to you then. Bye-bye.